women in that booty.
That ass. That ass.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jamal _Hockey, and we back with another reaction video for you guys. Listen, man, I honestly love doing reaction videos to this guy, Mr. Sam O'Nella. Sam O'Nelly? I always say Sam O'Nelly, but I swear it's Sam O'Nella.
Maybe.
Y'all know who I'm trying to say. This dude is fire. Things that I enjoy in life. I like when people are able to enjoy life. They seem to love what they do. They seem to have mastered their craft. They seem to have a masterful level over something that they do, but they do it to an elite level, and they do it in a funny way. Like, they have a way to really maximize on things that they do. It's amazing. I love stuff like that. And I feel like this person, Sam, he has a way of informing people, shows his level of intellect, and at the same time, shit is funny. It's funny. Why would you not like that? And I like reacting to some of the stuff because not only I get a good laugh, I also get, my think me, question, I get more wrinkles in my brain. Boy, if you don't, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hit the bell to be notified. And if you're new to the channel, check out those affiliate links below. Twitter, Instagram, website. Check out the P.O. box in the description so you can send me some mail. And that 10K subscribers doing a Q&A special. Leave some emails down below. Or you can just send me stuff in the P.O. box. I don't care. Either way, whatever works for you, buddy. So, let's go ahead and react to this video. Let's get it.
This episode of Salmonella Academy is brought to you by
It is Onella. And check out that Jones drink. Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Hey kids, if you've been on Earth for any amount of time, you should know that this place is pretty wet and wild. With water just falling from the sky whenever it feels like it, it's no surprise that floods are among nature's most common means of wrecking humanity's hard work.
Facts.
However, not every flood has been made out of plain old H2O. Today, we're going to talk about some of the few non-water liquid disasters that mankind has endured. January 15th, 1919 was a particularly warm day for Boston, at around 40 degrees Fahrenheit, well above the freezing temperatures of the past week. Men wore their hats a little less snugly, children huddled about the fire a little less closely, and a metal tank containing 2.3 million gallons of molasses decided to collapse. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sam, I've never even held a molasses before. I didn't know there was 2.3 million gallons of it in the world. What was that much molasses doing in one place? Well, young grasshopper, as with most things, the answer is alcohol. As the cylinder came tumbling down, it unleashed a delicious brown tsunami that was 25 feet high at its peak. Also, forget everything you know about idioms, because the waves were recorded to have moved as fast as 35 miles per hour. That means you're slower than molasses. Nerd. Add that to the fact that molasses is way more dense than water, and you've got a recipe for some major destruction. Eyewitness accounts of the event describe houses being swept off their foundation and subsequently demolished. The level of damage was comparable to a tornado sweeping through, its path of devastation stretching a half-mile long. Here's a picture of, something. I can't tell what it was supposed to be. All I know is that molasses clearly does not play. That's not all, though. A truck was picked up and chucked into the harbor, a train car got knocked off its track, and a bunch of dogs and horses just straight up drowned. Oh, and some people, too. Around 150 were injured and 21 were killed in the disaster. Talk about the sweet release of death, am I right?
It's so stupid.
A couple of reasons these numbers were so high were that A, once you're stuck in something that thick and sticky, you're kind of fucked unless 3 guys with a rope happen to show up. And B, the affected area was so large that 3 guys with a rope would have no way to get to you without getting trapped themselves. As a result, rescuers had to wait several days before the molasses either sufficiently drained out of an area or hardened up enough in the sun and the cold so that it could be walked on without sinking in. After the incident, cleanup was carried out primarily by blasting the streets with salt water, which took many weeks and stained the waters of the Boston Harbor brown for months. Naturally, all the rescue workers and cleanup crew ended up getting molasses all over them, which led to them getting the stuff all over payphones, subway cars, door handles, you name it. It's said that for decades afterwards, residents could still catch a whiff of molasses outside during the summer months, and Boston remains one of Forbes' top 10 stickiest places to this day.
Danny DeVito's navel? Bro, what the fuck?
1875 in Dublin. A fire had been raging across several blocks of the city for many
Dublin
hours
Island.
prior. And like many of us do after a long hard day of wreaking
Go
havoc,
drink.
the fire decided to mosey on over to the malt house for a much needed drink. Around 5,000 barrels of whiskey and other social lubricants subsequently burst from the heat, sending a cascade of what is essentially liquid fuel careening out into the street, carrying the Inferno on its back wherever it went. Now, normally you think people would just run away from the impending danger, but being that this is Ireland, the crowds of people had a better idea. They said, hey, fellow upstanding citizens, why don't we band together and help with the cleanup efforts? So they decided to dispose of the river of beverage running through their neighborhood by hiding it safely away in their stomachs. Some people drank directly from the street, while the classier among them were seen taking off their nasty sweat-filled boots, filling them up and just gulping away. Keep in mind, while today's version is flavored primarily with cinnamon, this Fireball whiskey contained a special blend of spices including ash, street filth, tiny shards of glass and wood, and whatever else you could imagine.
Ragu!
Free drinks are free drinks. In the end, 13 people perished as a result of this incident. Was it from the fire? Nope. Smoke inhalation? Mm-mm. Drowning? Still no. Unfortunately, though they did boot, and they did rally, they forgot to do both at once. As a result, all 13 deaths were actually from alcohol poisoning caused by chugging too much runaway liquor. So let this be a lesson, kids. Don't drink street booze. You have no idea where it's been. Just go to a dispensary instead. Moving along, here's another potation inundation. This time on the other aisle. 1814 London was a rapidly growing metropolis, and like all metropolises, it had its fair share of densely populated slums, one of which was St. Giles Rookery. And what better place is there to build a brewery than amongst the impoverished and thirsty? Unfortunately, said brewery apparently got cocky and decided to skimp out on their iron rings that hold up the big beer things budget, leading to one of the vats completely collapsing and knocking over all the others with it. In total, around 323,000 imperial gallons, or 1.5 million liters of beer were unleashed that day. The flood of ale pushed over the wall of the brewery with the same ease that Jared Kushner pushes old ladies down escalators, gushing out into the streets and totally demolishing multiple homes situated nearby. Good morning, America. I'm reporter Pat Lauer. No relation, don't worry. We're here at the scene of the world's biggest party foul. Ma'am, how does this whole thing make you feel? Ha, don't worry. This isn't the first time alcohol has torn my household apart. In all seriousness, my husband has struck me on multiple occasions. At least 8 people are known to have died as a result of the incident, either from drowning or from having their house dropped on them. In spite of this, nobody was held responsible for the disaster, with courts concluding that the collapse was an act of God. I wish people were that lenient with act of God clauses today, like, alright, here's your coffee, ma'am. Whoops. Jesus Christ, it burns! Yes. That was Jesus Christ who did that. You motherfucker, my legs are fusing together. Hey, God works in mysterious ways. Maybe you were supposed to be a mermaid, who knows? So, I hope the knowledge of these events will serve to empower you in your life going forward. If you find one of your friends trapped in molasses, now you'll say, don't worry, I'll save you. In a couple days. If your street is ever flooded with hard liquor, you'll say, oh boy, time to start chugging. In moderation, of course. But why stop there when you can learn a lifetime of practical wisdom with Skillshare.com?
Yo, wait, he weaved in the advertisement?
Not on my watch.
Alright, that's it for the video. I had to skip through the advertisement pretty much. Yo, that was funny. Definitely funny. I think the last one was on the pre-industrialized surgeries, basically how surgeries were done before we have come into the practice that we have now. So that was a pretty interesting one. Learned a lot, and even with this one, that was a pretty obscure information that we just learned, right? A lot of it had to do with in relation to alcohol. The molasses, we can relate it to alcohol. So it was 3 things that he touched on. That was all pretty dope. I loved it. And that's pretty much it for the video, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hit the bell to be notified. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you check out the affiliate links down below. Twitter, Instagram, website, and check out the P.O. box in the description as well. And at 10K subscribers, we're doing a Q&A special. So send some curious questions at the email below, and I answer to the best of my abilities, okay? Okay. All right. It's your boy Jamal _Hockey. Peace out. Out.